Now we come to rule number 14. Rule number 14 says, if a subject or a noun is preceded by these words each, every, either, neither, or many a. These are 5 words. If a sentence begins with these words and followed by a noun or the subject in a sentence, they usually take singular verb. They take singular verb. Each, every, either, neither, and many or. Not many. They take singular verb. For example, each employee. Here, employee is the noun and it is preceded by each. Each employee dash responsible. We have to fill in the verb to be. Here we shall fill in is responsible. Each employee is responsible. This word each makes this subject a singular one. That's why, as per subject verb agreement rule, it will always take a singular verb. Next is neither candidate, means there are 2 candidates. Both were interviewed, but neither candidate dash eligible. Neither candidate is eligible. This word neither makes this subject neither candidate a singular subject. So it will take a singular verb. Next is everyone. Everyone is the subject itself in this sentence. Everyone means a singular subject. Everyone dash to submit the assignment. We have to fill in the correct form of have. Everyone has to submit the assignment. Next is everybody. Either it is everyone or it is everybody. It is always a singular subject. Everybody, not the secret behind success. We have to fill in the verb, correct form of verb no in this sentence, but this not makes it a negative sentence. So we shall use singular verb with everybody. Everybody does not know. Simple present tense, negative sentence. Everybody does not know the secret behind success. Next is neither of the students. Here, either these words are used as pronouns or adjectives. They always carry a singular verb. They always take a singular verb. Neither of the students dash performed well. We have to fill in has. Has or have, it will take a singular verb. That's why we shall fill in has performed well. Neither student has performed well or neither of the students has performed well. There were 2 students and we shall use neither, none of the 2. दो में से कोई भी नहीं. Neither of the students. Here this word neither of the 2 is used as a pronoun. While in this above sentence neither candidate, this is a noun and this neither modifies this noun candidate. So here this word neither is used as an adjective. Neither of the students has performed well. Many a tale dash told or many tales dash told. Here this determiner a makes this word many a singular subject. Many a tale was told. Many a will take a singular verb while only many as an adjective, many tales were told will take a plural verb. So keep this thing in mind that when is preceded by many, it will always take a singular verb. Now, next rule, rule number 15. आइए हम नेक्स्ट रूल डिस्कस करते हैं, रूल नंबर 15. Rule 15 says, if some nouns or subjects are preceded by all, any, most, or some in some sentences, then which verb, either singular or plural verb, will be used in the sentence? If the sentence has these words all, any, most, some preceded by certain nouns in the sentences. For example, some of the food. Here, the food is noun and its part, some of the food, it is preceded by some of, then how shall we decide to fill in the exact or correct form of the verb in the sentence? Some of the food. If these words are there, we can use either singular verb or plural verb depending upon the meaning or depending upon the noun followed by these words in the sentence. For example, some of the food dash not delicious, fill in the form to be. Some of the food not delicious. Here, this word, this noun food is a singular noun. If it is singular, use singular verb. If you find this noun a plural one, then use plural verb. Some of the food means food is a quantity of food, and some quantity of the food is not delicious. Here we shall use singular verb depending upon the meaning conveyed by this subject. Next is some of the books, but in the next sentence, some of the books, the word the books is a plural noun, is a plural subject, and some of the books means more than one books. There are a pile of books on the table and some of the books dash useful. उसमें से मेरे काम की कितनी हैं? Some. There are a pile of books on the table and some of them, some of the books are useful to me. Are useful. Although all the books are useful, but some of the books, some of these books are useful to me particularly. Next is all the editing. Here, this word editing is used as a noun. All the editing means all the editing work, editing job. All the editing dash been done. Use has or have in these sentences. Fill in the correct form of has or have in these 4 sentences. All the editing dash been done. Means editing means editing work, editing job has been done. We shall use singular verb, singular form of has have here, has been done. Next is all the reports dash been edited. Here, this word reports is a plural noun, a plural subject. How many reports? All the reports. There were many reports and all the reports dash been edited. Editing का काम किसी को दिया था and he comes back with the edited reports and says, sir, all the reports have been edited. Here we shall use plural verb have because the phrase all the is followed by a plural noun reports. अगर आपको इन वर्ड्स के, इन फ्रेजेस के बाद सिंगुलर नाउन मिले तो आपको सिंगुलर वर्ब फिल इन करनी है. If you find the plural noun, fill in the plural verb in the sentence. Next is most of the items. Here, items, as we know, this is a plural noun. Most of the items dash been sold means plural noun, plural verb have been sold. Most of the items have been sold. But in the next sentence, most of the stock Stock is a singular noun, the stock. Most of the stock dash been sold. यहां पर हम नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, यहां पर हम एक स्टॉक की बात कर रहे हैं. एंड स्टॉक इज अ सिंगुलर नाउन. इट रेफर्स टू अ सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट. Most of the stock has been sold. In this way, we shall fill in the verbs agreeing with the subjects preceded by them. Next is rule number 16. Rule 16 says that title of the books. There are certain titles of the books or magazines or some daily newspapers which seem to be plural in form because they have s at the end of their names, at the end of their titles. But आपको ये किसी भी बुक या मैगजीन या किसी डेली न्यूज़पेपर के टाइटल के एंड में एस देखकर कंफ्यूज होने की जरूरत नहीं है. दिस डज नॉट मेक इट प्लूरल because this is just the title of a book, a novel, a magazine, or a daily newspaper. So this indicates, this refers to a singular subject and it takes a singular verb. For example, the Two Faces. The Two Faces is the name of a book. The Two Faces, here this s does not make it plural. This is the title of a book. The Two Faces dash is the best seller. Is the best seller, not are the. बच्चे यहां पर इस s को देखकर यहां कंफ्यूज हो सकते हैं और यूजुअली बच्चे इस s को देखते ही प्लूरल वर्ब आर का यूज कर सकते हैं. यहां आपको यह जानना जरूरी है कि किसी भी बुक, नॉवेल या किसी मैगजीन की टाइटल के एंड में यदि s है, इसका मतलब वो प्लूरल नहीं हो जाता. दैट इज जस्ट अ टाइटल ऑफ द बुक. The Hindu dash wide circulation. The Hindu has wide circulation. The Hindu is the name of a daily English newspaper and it is very renowned newspaper of India. The Hindu has wide circulation. पूरे भारतवर्ष में दूरी दूरी तक इसका सर्कुलेशन है, ये जाता है. ऐसे बहुत सारे टाइटल्स हो सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, Gulliver's Travels. Travels. Again, keep this thing in your mind. This s does not make it a plural noun, a plural subject. Gulliver's Travels is a wonderful story. Next is Great Expectations. Great Expectations. Now, this is the name of a novel. Great Expectations is a novel written by Charles Dickens. The Hindustan Times is a well-known daily newspaper, a well-known daily English newspaper of India. In this way, we use singular verb in case of the titles of books, novels, magazines, and daily newspapers ending in s. Next is rule number 17. Rule number 17 can also be known as boat rule. What do you mean by boat rule? If B means body, O means one, and T means thing. B-O-T, body, one, thing is known as boat rule. If these words are acting as a subject in a sentence, or when these words refer to the noun or subjects of the sentence, then they always take a singular verb. For example, buddy. Buddy means anybody, nobody, somebody, everybody. If these words act as the subject in a sentence, or one means anyone, no one, someone, or everyone, and thing means anything, nothing, something, and everything. If these words having body, one, and thing at their end as a suffix and act as a noun or subject in the sentence, they take a singular verb. For example, something dash wrong with him these days. Fill in the form to be. Something is wrong with him. Here, this word something is the subject of this sentence, is acting as the noun, acting as the subject of this sentence. Something is wrong with him these days. He seems sad these days. It means it seems that something is wrong with him nowadays or these days. Next is nobody dash the trouble I have faced. Fill in the verb, a correct form of verb of no. Nobody, as we know that when this is used as a subject, it will take a singular verb. So, we shall use nobody knows the trouble I have faced. Next is something dash better than nothing. A well-known saying. Something is better than nothing. And the last example in this exercise is someone dash knocking at the door. Someone is knocking at the door. I don't know who he is. Someone is knocking at the door. Hence, we can say that when these words of both rule act as the subject in a sentence, they take a singular verb. Next rule is rule number 18. What does rule number 18 say? It says when these words who, which or that are used as relative pronouns in the sentences, they take either singular verb or plural verb according to their antecedents, according to the words for which they are used, according to their antecedents. For example, measles is among the diseases. Here, among the diseases that dash curable. Here, this word that is used or qualifies, modifies this word diseases. Measles is among the diseases that curable. Fill in is, am, are. We can't fill am here. We should fill either is or are, as the antecedent of that is diseases, which is plural in number. So, we shall fill in that are curable. Next is Shiksha Sarthi is the only one of the magazines. Here, only one. This is the antecedent. Only one of the magazines that prints teachers' articles. Teachers' articles. Next is rule number 19. What does this rule say? Usage of were. Where do we use were? In some sentences which are usually asked in competitive exams, where do we use were? It is used for conditions, a situation of uncertainty, or to express a wish. For example, I wish I dash the Prime Minister of India. I wish I were the Prime Minister of India. Next is, if he dash here, he would know. This is uncertain situation, if a contrary fact to the situation. If he were here, यदि वो यहाँ होता तो उसे पता चलता, तो वो जान जाता. If he were here, he would know. This is a conditional sentence. Next is rule number 20. And what does this rule say? This rule says that if there is a name of a company, name of a corporation, and it takes a singular verb or a plural verb depending upon the meaning of the name of the company. For example, Ambani and brothers. This brothers, Ambani and brothers, this noun phrase has become plural, and for plural noun we use plural verbs. Ambani and brothers gained the goodwill of customers. Has or have, we shall fill in have gained the goodwill of the customers. Next is the oil corporation dash located at Juhu in Mumbai. Here it is a singular name of the company. If the name of the company is singular, use a singular verb. If it is plural, use a plural verb. The oil corporation is located at Juhu in Mumbai. In this way, if you learn about all the rules, if you learn the subject verb agreement, if you go through all the videos of Concord in English grammar subject verb agreement and go through these 20 rules of subject verb agreement, you will have a very good command over the usage of verbs in case of subject verb agreement. Now we shall go through. Now we are going to solve an exercise based on subject verb agreement. There are 5 videos based on this topic, and this is a very important topic. Go through all the videos and have a good command over subject verb agreement rules with examples and solve the exercise based on it. Dear students, there is an exercise based on Concord in English grammar subject verb agreement. Take the screenshot of this exercise, jot it down in your notebooks and fill in the most appropriate words, most appropriate verbs given in the brackets, in the blanks given in the sentences, agreeing with the subjects, with the true subjects of the sentences. There are 10 sentences in this exercise. Solve this exercise in your notebooks and ask for any doubt if you have. Thank you very much.